The Nairobi Securities Exchange is the principal exchange in Kenya. We are the largest exchange in East and Central Africa and among the top exchanges in Africa. We offer a wide array of products ranging from equity, bonds, derivatives, and exchange-traded funds, among others. We are also the primary market infrastructure in this country, basically providing an avenue for investors to access all sorts of investment financial assets, while issuers and other organizations that wish to raise money through public markets are able to access them through the Nairobi Securities Exchange. The motivation that made the NSC drive the process towards an integrated broker back office infrastructure was largely driven by the challenges we faced following the global financial crisis in 2008. We identified a large number of gaps during that time that was causing a lot of market inefficiency and increasing the risk to the entire trading ecosystem. And so based on that reason and the fact that a number of brokers are facing challenges, we decided to look for a common solution, one that would be cost effective for the brokers, because as you may agree, we're still a very small market then. And we had to come up with a system that would be cost efficient, but also fairly standardized, so that we would have seamless post-trade services being done, as well as seamless front-end trading done. And so we came up with a solution through the Chelasoft system that was able to provide us with that high level of standardization through a centralized broker back office system. And even those who went for the non-centralized still adapted the same system. So in terms of features and trade files and exchange of information, there was a high level of seamless connectivity that was able to evolve out of this relationship. So we came up with a centralized model, and in the centralized model, the NSC then becomes the primary market licensee on behalf of Chelasoft. And our role here is to provide frontline support for all the brokers who are connected to the system, while Chelasoft still remains the second level support and really the technical driver of the system. So we developed a centralized model, and the centralized model essentially ensures that systems remain at the NSC, while we have provided links to the respective brokerage houses where they're able to carry out their middle office activities while not having to keep resident systems at their respective offices. So our role here is to ensure that the infrastructure is up and running, we're able to have proper backups, and really in effort, we're able to save the brokers a lot of time that they would basically be using to run their own systems, as this is now a centralized model. And that has worked extremely well for the last decade or so. I think significantly to just mention, one of the most key successes of this system is that we have never had a downtime. And what that has done is that the ability for us to be almost 99.9% available on this particular system has ensured that there's been no trade failure. And that has been a very, very key achievement that we've had. Secondly, in terms of standardization of information, there's been a significant improvement in terms of how our back office and middle office is able to operate, because the formats that we got through the system were very good. very, very highly standardized. And so in terms of exchange files and trade files, it's been very, very efficient. I must also say that the risk control mechanism of the system is extremely good. Using the TWS trading front end, we've seen better controls, especially on placement of orders, because the verification process to see whether the accounts are well funded is done through a very nice risk control tool, and that has helped ensure that orders are placed for clients whose funds are available, and no risks of withdrawn accounts and lack of funds to make settlements, and that has been very, very useful. So I must say it has really helped the market from where we were before, where there were a lot of gaps, and the risks to the trading environment was extremely high. I think Chelasoft has been more than a technology partner. I think they have also helped the market in terms of product development, coming up with assist the market in terms of knowledge share on how other markets operate. I'd significantly like to point out here, for instance, when we were developing the derivatives market, we were able to benefit a lot from the experience that they had with the other markets that they have operated in. They were able to provide our brokers with a very nice risk control mechanism, software through the Chelasoft system. And out of that, we continue to benefit not only from a very good technology, but also from a partner who is able to provide us with really practical experience of how other markets are operating, and a very high level of skill transfer, given that our teams have been able to benefit and to really learn how to provide frontline support. And that level of skill transfer is also very, very useful. So I must say that they provided more than just their role as a knowledge partner by helping us with product development, skill development, experience in other markets, and really also participating in a lot of our client programs and interactions. So it's really, really been a very great relationship. So one of the critical ones that, as I mentioned earlier, was the derivatives market, and that was done 2 years ago. And I must say that so far we've had a very great experience. So no major issues regarding how orders are placed between trading and clearing members, and all that's working well. But more recently, we were able to partner with Chelasoft on the chatbot platform that now provides a seamless front end for investors to actually place and trade directly from the comfort of their digital devices. And what that has done, it's really been useful, especially during this time when we had the COVID situation, where we were preferring that all our investors invest directly through the digital devices, and that has been very, very helpful. So the chatbot platform has been good and has provided ability for us to have seamless trading remotely, and that's been a great partnership. So we are going to be going into a great development in our markets, especially this year, primarily towards how do we enhance more liquidity in the market. And so very soon we will be launching the securities lending and borrowing framework in the market. A lot of background work has been done in consultations also with Chelasoft. We're going to be doing day trading. That's going to be happening fairly soon in our market. The depository, developing a Swift capability just to ensure that ease of trade and settlements and settlements happens very, very seamlessly. And this will really be highly dependent on also having a partner who can help us achieve that. We are going into a very significant inter-regional connectivity program with our partner exchanges. And I think a great opportunity then is important for us to have systems that can connect and speak to each other for us to achieve these successes. So I think the market is positioned for growth, and we're looking at even beyond the exchange platform, what other platforms can we work with a technology partner to help build within our entire ecosystem. Yes, I must confess that having been in this market now for well over 26, 27 years, a large part of my interaction, especially on the technology side, have been with Chelasoft systems. And I must say, from my days as a broker, stockbroker, and now running the market infrastructure as important as NSE, I've seen great value that Chelasoft has added to this market. And I believe that for companies or for markets to achieve a high level of success, you need to really identify a very, very desirable partner who is both flexible and is able to work and adapt to your local environment and rules, and really has a very close and open relationship and open to even ideas that come from the client. And Chelasoft is one such partner. So I would highly recommend this system to other markets, and I think we have a very practical experience and have had a great time working closely with them.